Tonight we're talking to St Albans City manager Ian Allinson at Westwood Road, home of St Ives Town, where the Saints have put Cambridge City out of the FA Cup with a 2-0 second qualifying round replay win. When we went 2 up on Saturday, Ian, it didn't do us a lot of good, but after we were ahead today, you couldn't really see Cambridge coming back. We had a few chances, but we looked a lot more secure tonight.
Yeah, I think the mentality of the players tonight was a lot different than it was on Saturday, and we spoke at length after the game on Saturday and at length before the game tonight in terms of what was expected from us, and as I say, we fell short of our standards on Saturday after going 2-0 up, and we could have quite easily been out of the FA Cup on Saturday because Cambridge City had a couple of chances late on which really could have put us out of the Cup. We had a second chance and we had to make sure that we didn't mess up again today, and I felt the players were really professional today. Yeah, they had a couple of half chances and they had a couple of chances early on, but I felt once we got 2-0 up we bossed the game, and I felt we kept the ball really well. And for me, Charlie Walker was outstanding tonight. He's led the line from the start. He really set the tone for us to go out and actually put them under pressure, and we did that, and I felt we see the game out quite comfortably. It's just a shame we couldn't have gone and got that third goal.
You made 3 changes for tonight.
Just wanted to freshen it up, just wanted some fresh legs. I mean, Sam Merson did great on Saturday, but again we've been swapping Charlie and Merce, and as I say, fresh legs from Charlie would hopefully cause them some problems because they obviously had a tough 90 minutes. And we brought Zane Banton back in and we brought Kieran Monlouis back in because, again, fresh legs really, and we just wanted to freshen the team up, which has worked, as I've said all along, and I've said it from day one. I feel whatever squad we play or whatever team we play, out of that squad should reach a standard which is acceptable at this level. It doesn't matter who you're playing at the end of the day, and as I say, I've got some subs in there that are quite disappointed, but they'll get their chances over the next 10 days, 2 weeks, because we've got tough games at Whitehawk and East Thurrock, and then we obviously go into the FA Cup on Saturday week.
On the evidence of these 2 games, you'd fancy Cambridge City to have a decent season in the Southern League? Yeah,
as I said to you on Saturday, I think they're more of a Premier Division side rather than a Southern side. Some of the players they've got here are more Ryman Premier and Evo Stick Premier, and as you can see from that I think by the end of the season you'll find that they'll be definitely in the playoffs here and could quite easily get out of the league, and if they get their own ground back very shortly, it's going to make a big difference to them.
We had that strange incident in the second half when the floodlights went off just after an hour, and we had 20 minutes delay. You're under attack from a muff now. 20 minutes delay while we waited for them to repair the lights. Only one team could lose from that, and it was us, but our attitude the final 27 minutes was spot on.
Well, that's what we had to do, as we said, attitude, for me wins lots of football matches, and as I said to you there, our attitude on Saturday wasn't correct after we went 2-0 up. Full credit to Cambridge City because obviously they came back and they caused us problems on Saturday, but I think some of these players, and I'll say it again, they're quite young players, and they've got to learn ways to win football matches, and sometimes you have to win ugly and sometimes you have to win correctly, and I felt on Saturday, and I said it again, is that we wanted 5 or 6 touches on the ball. We wanted to run with the ball. We didn't move the ball on Saturday after the first half an hour, and we got caught in possession. We gave the ball away cheaply, and full credit to Cambridge City, they came and caused us major problems on Saturday. They've still caused us some problems late on. The pitch got quite wet, and obviously their set pieces are a danger. I mean, they've got some big lads in that side, but I felt Harold and Tom Gardner at the back and Tom Bender did a great job there defensively for us, and with the 3 midfield players, the momentum and their movement and their pace off the ball caused them some problems, and obviously Sean Lucian and Zane Banton today caused them some problems in terms of their pace, their movement, and it's just a shame we couldn't have got that third goal just a little bit quicker rather than obviously sitting at 2-0, because it's still at 2-0 allowed them to be in the game, and you see their last 2-3 minutes they get a free kick on the edge of the box, and if that goes in, that could have been a quite hairy last couple of minutes.
Just how big a result can this be for the club? I mean, getting pegged back on Saturday was obviously a little bit tough, and you basically weren't hiding for nothing coming down here, but you've got the result. Could this be the springboard for better performances and even better results going on?
You'd like to think so, but as I said all along, if you look at all our performances this season, we have spells where we're outstanding, and then we have spells where we're very ordinary, and that's really trying to get the 90 minutes where we're consistently good. At the moment we're having some really good spells, as we've seen against Eastbourne, Havant, and again against Cambridge City, and then we have some spells where we just sort of take our foot off the pedal, and it becomes a bit of a chore at times, and we don't work hard enough, and it allows teams back into the game. So as I've said, we've got a very young side, and we've got to just keep not so much moaning at them, but keep pushing them into areas where they can understand that they can't take their foot off the pedal. They have to keep working extremely hard, and the minute that they do not allow themselves to be pressurised into keeping the ball and weaning the ball back and moving it forward, we put ourselves under major pressure. And again tonight, Dean's had to make 2 really good saves to keep us. At 0-0 he's made a good save with his foot, and at 2-0 he's made a good save with his hand. So, we're not the finished article, we know that. We've got a long way to go, but we've got a squad that's willing to listen and learn. We've got a squad that wants to work hard, and we've got a squad that wants to do well. And this now, even though I don't believe it will be a springboard, but it keeps our season ticking over. It keeps our season going, and it would have been disappointing to have gone out the FA Cup. We've got to just plan and prepare firstly for Whitehawk, because I know Steve King and what he'll do with there. Though they've only got 2 points on the season, that'll be one of our toughest games on the season, because I think by Friday he'll have 5 or 6 new players on that side, and we know we've got to go there, and it'll be a tough game, and then we've got East Fire next Tuesday before we can start to plan and prepare for a tough FA Cup tie, whoever we get, and that will only be decided on Wednesday.
Have you had a chance to look this morning when the draw was
made? Not really,
no,
we haven't really had a chance. As I say, 1 o'clock today was planning and preparing for tonight. And it's no good me planning and preparing for a game on Saturday week if we're not even through to this one. And I think that would be, taking Cambridge City lightly. And the one thing I was never going to do was take Cambridge City lightly after the performance they put in against us on Saturday and the performance they're putting against us tonight. As I said all along, that were 2 tough games. We could have done without tonight, because it'd have been good to give the players a rest after last Tuesday. But at the end of the day, the players have come good. The 3 players we put in, I felt, were excellent. They gave us a bit more energy tonight, and everyone performed really, really well.
You said on Saturday, and you're relieved to get the replay. Well, we've come through it. We've got £4,500 in the bank. People will now be expecting you to chuck another £7.5 grand in there with a game against Bridport or Cadbury Heath. But as you say, we can't take them lightly.
Well, you can't, because you've seen, on Saturday that, if you take anybody lightly, and unless, as I said, there's no disrespect to Cambridge City, but at 2-0, I think we took it lightly, and I think we decided that we didn't have to work hard anymore. We didn't have to close down. We didn't have to move the ball quickly. We did all them things. We didn't do it well in the second half, and we could have got knocked out quite comfortably. They had 2 or 3 chances late on, which could have caused us problems. We've overcome that. We spoke at length, as I say, after the game. We spoke at length before the game tonight, and just got players organised and doing the jobs that they do well. And if they all do their jobs simple, right up till yesterday we thought we'd lost Tom Bender. I mean, at 6 o'clock tonight he's having a fitness test here, and he's come through it and played for us, and they're the sort of things we want here, because I was coming into tonight's game with David Noble being a little bit stiff from Saturday, Sam Merson just a little bit stiff, Reese a little bit stiff, and Tom Bender we thought wouldn't be fit until we got here tonight, and the boy wanted to play, and that was great from our point of view, because we needed his height in there, especially on set pieces against.
You mentioned Saturday away to Whitehawk. There's going to be a change side with Steve King back there, as you say, get some players in there during this week. Of course, we went there last season in the trophy. We managed to get a draw. They scored a late equaliser. But we're going to have to face a rejuvenised club and side, and of course a very noisy crowd down there.
Yeah, without a shadow of doubt, we knew, and it's just unfortunate that Steve's decided to come in at the end of last week, because he could have waited 10 days maybe, and but that can't be disrespectful to Whitehawk, because by all accounts and some of the videos we've seen, and they've actually been playing quite well, especially at home. Obviously they had a heavy defeat at Truro, but apart from that they haven't really had too many massive defeats in terms of that. So we know already, he's brought David Ajaya in, and there's talk of 2 or 3 more coming in this week, which I expect to happen. So I think, as you said, they're a rejuvenated side. It'll be a tough game on Saturday, and if we don't approach that properly, we'll be on the end of a defeat, and it's something we can't have at the moment. The squad's going to have to be used quite in the next 2 or 3 games, because obviously we're going to have little niggles, little stiffness, tiredness, and as I said tonight, Charlie Walker coming in, it's probably his best performance for me in a St Albans shirt. But that's you can cut that out, that David, as well. In a St Albans shirt, but I did have him at Bournemouth as well. So it's but that was his best performance for me tonight. I felt he led the line really well for us, and I thought he was very, very good.
Lovely, thanks very much, Ian, and congratulations on going through to the 3rd qualifying round of the FA Cup. So it's a reminder then, on Saturday the Saints are away to Whitehawk. Kick off at the enclosed ground. National League South is at 3 p.m.